It's the 25th day of 30 Days Wild, and I'm heading back into Belfast's Botanic Gardens, taking inspiration from the photography exhibit that's been going on there and that I visited earlier this month. I'm going to go and do my own photo safari to see what things capture my interest and to try and focus on the tiny details related to the wild natural world. The first thing that caught my attention was this tree bumblebee moving from flower to flower. The next thing I came across was this really long section full of these bright pink roses that lots of flies were moving around. Then opposite that, I heard a blackbird singing. I can be guilty of only focusing on animals, so I tried to look at some of the plants, and the first one that I spotted was this interesting base of this tree. As I was looking at the base of another hedge, a blackbird caught my eye. I started looking at this tree because of the interesting pattern of its bark, but then I noticed the bark stripping that had been done, most likely by one of the invasive grey squirrels. Belfast Botanic Gardens have this really tall tree in it, and I had to get a photo of that. I found some more bees buzzing around this plant. There were a different species, like the tree bumblebee that I photoed earlier, as well as some bombus aggregate species, and I had to get a photo of one of the bombus aggregates. Inside the tropical ravine, I found these banana plants with huge leaves and an almost blooming flower. Nearby were these vibrant Chinese hibiscus. The waterfall is a really lovely feature within the ravine, so I had to get a photo of that as well. It had started raining by the time I went back outside, so I got a photo to remind myself to enjoy the rain sometimes. I came across another tree with really interesting patterned bark. This is a sycamore. Looking down, I found this little field of daisies, and it was really cool how they were all leaning in the same direction, trying to get some sunlight. On the other side of the gardens, the giant viper's bugloss was in bloom, a large version of our native one. Then I went into the greenhouses, where a lot of the succulents are, and I spotted this pot amongst the foliage, and I quite liked the look of it, so I got a photo of that. I really like how the alleyway in this greenhouse looks, with all of these vibrant colours, and the fact that I keep some of these plants in my own house as my houseplants, so I got a photo of this too. Back outside, I heard a robin and managed to track it down, flitting between different branches of trees, so I managed to get a photo of that one. And not far from the robin, a thrush was running between a flock of pigeons with a bit of food that it's caught between its beak, trying to secure it for itself. A little stream runs down in one of the valleys of the gardens, and it's got a really cute bridge that stands out with those bright red handrails, and then it teeters off into a really narrow stream amongst some rocks, and I wanted to get a sort of low down shot of this stream. Then the stream ends in a little pond near some of these irises, and a robin was hopping around between the rocks, so I got a photo of that as well. And I ended the tour by spotting that invasive grey squirrel that I mentioned earlier that had been stripping bark off of trees. I followed it for a little while to see what behaviour it was up to, and then got a photo of it. I really enjoyed getting out and about today, down in the Botanic Gardens, and getting to take all of those photos and look closely at this garden area that I would usually just walk straight through. Sometimes I'd appreciate a bit of the bird song or maybe seeing a squirrel go past, but I never really spend time actually looking up close at those details. And it was really cool to see other people out and about taking photos as well, so I wasn't the only one doing a photo safari. If you're going to go on a photo safari, let me know what photos you take and which ones you're most pleased with. And remember to subscribe to this channel to follow along for the rest of the days of 30 Days Wild.